When last we left our heroes, you'd entered into this aberrant dead zone at the peak of the Silver Highlands, seeking one of two fallen divining rods for the Infinite Alliance. Approaching the peak, you crept through this broken climb of rock and found broken chunks of the mountain, small and large, gently oscillating in the air around you. Additionally, you found a number of fallen Arcana-class soldiers, clearly having encountered some resistance within this space. After looting the bodies, replenishing some much-needed ammunition, you stepped within the range of this warbling energy mass suspended above a chasm dug into the peak. From this white-rimmed void, you watched a creature of black sinew and ichor glide forth. Alien and unsettling, you couldn't pull your eyes away before three fallen soldiers there rose once more. Infused with black oozing ichor and tendrils that granted new life to their flesh, you fell into combat. You battled and destroyed these zombie-like spawn before fully devoting your attention to the entity of the void. You were kept on your toes as it tossed around boulders with ease and held your ground as gravity itself was altered by this creature. As things began to look dire, Andy was able to strike the killing blow, cause this all-consuming void to erupt and burst back, sending you all sprawling, sundering the void and dropping tons of great chunks of rock that tumble and settle precariously around you now. As we begin tonight, you blink through the haze of dust clouds that begin to form in the aftermath. But you watch quickly as thin rays of sunlight begin to break through the gloom over the peak once more. As we begin tonight, what do you do?
Everyone okay?
Barely.
DeCrane, roll call.
It looks like everyone's here.
Okay, great. No one is down. No
Wait,
one
where's
is
Andy?
hurt. Andy, DeCrane, it's your buddy.
All right.
Can I make a perception or try and find our tweet?
I think from
You
the
can right beside Allie, to be fair.
I'm pretty sure you guys are all pretty clumped up.
All right.
You're kind of right there. But you all had to dive out of the way of the falling rock, and in the blast, Andy was thrown a fair number of feet back and tumbled as she fell unconscious. So easy enough. You do see Andy certainly unconscious.
It says I have a first level spell slot. I think it's lying, so I'm just going to use my potion, my only potion on Andy. I'll rush in.
Good.
Slide. Here you go.
Blinking the you weren't dead, so you were still in the haze of unconsciousness and then downed like half in and out of things, and after reeling from the vision that was thrust upon you in the final moments of this eruption, everything begins to clarify a little bit more as Augustus, in like 3 or 4 parts, begins to solidify to one.
Oh god. Yeah, is everyone shit.
You just have 2
just
bunnies over your face.
I just like sit with my head through my knees.
Should we take a
Okay.
How you feeling?
Not great. Not great. Is everyone else okay?
do we need a short rest?
I mean, I could use one, but is it safe to do that here?
How many hit points do I have?
Does it feel different now that that beast is, now that that energy is it still coalescing there, or has that
Oh, can we hear?
Make a perception check. Andy rolled 2d4 plus 2. And as you begin to kind of look around, what's your perception check?
Would I have disadvantage on this? I usually have advantage from the staff, but I was rolling before with all the smoke and stuff at disadvantage.
Yeah, you don't have exhaustion. DeCrane's the one who has a point of exhaustion. So
Yeah, I think it was the vision from
it's advantage.
Okay. What do we got? That one's okay. One more. Come on. That one's lower. 15.
In the haze that surrounds the summit peak here of the Silver Highlands, like the dust is still settling from the literal like fallen boulders and all this like mayhem that just occurred. However, instantly you're all feeling heavier. You feel the weight of gravity fully returned. auditorily, you can hear rocks are tumbling down the sides of the summit, down the sides of the peaks, and you can hear the falling rocks tumbling farther and further away. Very quickly, Augustus, as you scan the horizon and then look up into the sky, the gloom and the haze of the sky is beginning to break apart and thin as wind sweeps it away, and those rays of sun are able to break through and push through the gloom as it's still, I think, about noon. Like, it's still relatively early in the day, and you're even able to see the black-winged Sephyrics flying now into the gloom where it was previously avoiding. Whatever this, and I will also say to your last element there, at the apex, the warbling energy mass is no more, but there is like a massive crater around the chasm that you had nearly fallen into in the divining rod, nearly had been sucked within.
I think it's safe if we wanted to take a breather here. And I think that's probably smart instead of trying to do this ritual to get the rod in place. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna need a minute for sure.
Yeah.
We need to take a short rest or we will perish very quickly at the next obstacle.
Okay.
Okay. You guys are going to set up in just where you are right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like maybe towards the entrance of it, like closer to some rocks for cover. There was some like more like jagged rocks.
They're all over the place, honestly. There's plenty of rocks for cover here. As you guys begin to settle down, go ahead and start rolling some hit dice and do any of your short rest recovery. Is there anything other than healing you're looking to do over this short rest?
How we never
these guys had stuff. Like, we pickpocketed them already, right?
Oh, and they were spooky scary. Yeah, they were like...
Collectively, you've looked over the 3 Arcanoclast. You're not sure what has become of the body of the creature, the big bad creature who you were fighting from the void. In the haze of the aftermath, you don't see a body, but like all the rocks it was flying around are fallen and thrown around. Like, everything's a little different, and you have yet to like search for it if it's even there. And everything else, like I said, you already searched.
While I'm short resting, can I look for any signs of Ray?
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to recover Ray, and in this tiny little ember version of her, you're able to scoop her back up, and you feel the warmth is there, despite the fact that you know she has sustained damage and will need the same rest you do.
Poor little Ray. Okay, short rest. Let's roll some dice.
At some point during the short rest, or at the end of it, or whatever, I might just ritually cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try to make sure there's no, like, trace of anything else wonky around.
Go ahead and just throw an investigation with advantage for me.
Ooh, natural 20 on the first one.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
We'll call it towards the end of the rest, as you were literally unconscious, like, and needed to heal up and go through this process. I don't know if you already, in your rest, have already done your arcane recovery.
I can't remember. 1 second.
Because you would also be able to get slots back if you needed those.
I feel like I've done that already today.
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh. I know I took a short rest, Steve. Can you calm your ass? Yeah, I did. I've already done it today. I probably got back my, because I do my mage armor.
So, as you begin to kind of like stand up and just stretch and kind of shake the weariness from your bones, under the enhanced vision of Detect Magic, the whole space here, in the same way that when you had the Detect Evil and Good up and you were able to detect this like aberrant element in the air, there is a lingering element of magic throughout everywhere here. Like it's fading, and you're watching it kind of, if there were like a sparkle on everything, it goes dimming across everything you're seeing as it begins to dissipate, this alteration to the space. And the further that you kind of stride and walk throughout the area, what I will give you is the confidence that there's nothing remaining that is magic that you don't recognize, that you don't know. Nothing remains that is this aberrant energy mass, these aberrant creatures. It is all mundane, and though it is still lingering with this after image of whatever was just here.
I think whatever it is gone for good, not just hiding and suppressed. I mean, gone for now. Things can always come back.
Do you guys feel like good enough now to try actually putting this thing in place?
Have health? Yeah, let's try it. We don't know, is there any indication in this, investigation check of, previously looking ritual space, a busted up rod, anything like that?
So, yes, number one, because you rolled a natural 20, I won't have you roll again for it. However, what I will ask for is 2 people to roll 2d20s for me.
The twins. Doesn't mean you,
Let's go.
Kevin. 14.
Okay.
5.
So
I think 5 is closer to 1 than 14 is to 20.
so we wanted. It's off.
Andy, given your nat 20 perception or investigation, you got right up to the edge of the chasm with your detect magic, which would give you 30 feet of viewing to make sure. And as you get to the edge of the chasm and look around, ensuring there's nothing hiding below with magical energies, there was still a more powerful lingering magic deeper into the chasm. And I'll say also on the other side of this chasm, which is a 30-foot circle of an auger had dug down in and was excavating is the implication you get from it. Down about 90 feet, maybe further, you can see one of the chunks, the rock that was the platform of rock that was sitting behind the creature where the warbling energy mass was. You recognize that chunk is now wedged at an angle midway down this chasm, about this 90 feet down. And with a nat 20, and with the light streaming down, you can see a concentric circles of rings of etched arcane runes and sigils, and in the center a blackened crystal.
Is that possible?
I have good news and bad news, unfortunately. Good news is, hey, I found the ritual spot. Bad news is it's on a rock that's falling into a very deadly chasm. I'm not sure how we're going to get to it.
Oh. We've got rope, and I could turn into a bear cat.
That went really well last time.
We should tie a rope around him for sure.
Rappelling's easier than climbing. Is it it's teetering, right? It's not a flat surface.
It is actually a flat surface. It is at a bit of an angle, but even with your nat 20, you're not sure of its stability.
Okay, do I remember? I don't remember in real life. When he was talking about us, if it has to be the exact same spot, or if that was just the best spot.
It seems like it was designed specifically.
Use the commune scroll when we place the divining rod. So it's not phone a friend and then do it. It was put it in and then do the scroll.
Yeah.
Let's go do it.
Great. Any ideas on how to make this less deadly? We're already pretty hurt.
Well, we could tie a rope to you and to one of these rocks. And Decrane's really strong, so he could brace it up here. Maybe, yeah, he's... Yeah. And then... Well, but then, I could go down with you, and I could help make sure as, the bear cat, just when we were climbing, I could make sure, you're being safe. And if you start to fall, Nettie could shoot her bow and arrow at you.
Wait.
With the
And,
rope
like-
on it?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Okay, cool. DM is sitting so close to the screen, and he looks like he's just waiting for us to make a terrible mistake.
We are.
Okay, let me look at everything I have and make sure that there's nothing I'm missing.
Do we have a flying carpet? Wait a second. The crane, we keep forgetting. You can walk on walls and stuff. You can stick to things.
Yes.
You might be better at this than me as a bear cat.
That is a good point.
Is that a once a day thing, or can you just do it whenever?
No, I can do it whenever.
Tight, that's cool.
That's so cool.
I think this is our solution.
Remembering who you are.
Just watch
So we still gotta get Andy down there, though, because you hate magic, and she, as we just found out in recent days, can do magic, not from her god. We can't tell it, people. So, Andy, you feeling brave?
Sure. Can we, like, really... we have, like, a climbing kit. Can I put that stuff on? And then, like, really wedge some stuff into some heavy-ass rock or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I can. I don't think I've cast Bless today, unless I did that when we were climbing. I don't know.
Hey, DeCrane, before I go down and try to step on this thing, that rock looks like it might fall over at any second. Do you mind, like, doing a creepy walk on walls thing down there and just, like, shoving it and seeing it? Like, if it's just gonna fall even more?
We don't tumble it down, though.
No, but just like a little bit. Like, I weigh more than a bunny rabbit. So, like, if a person like me lands on it, am I going to go down with it?
But the question also is, do you need to actually be on it, or could you just touch it?
Or place it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You need to actually be on the stone.
That's a good question. I think the problem is when you cast a ritual spell, it takes a long time. And hanging from a rope for a long time while trying to do magic, and typically, like, rituals require, like, doing stuff on the ground, on a certain surface. Let me open up the actual spell and see what it says.
It will require you to be stable. Otherwise, you'll likely be at disadvantage for some things.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough wizard yet to be at disadvantage for things.
Don't you have the fly spell? Or...
Not yet. I only have second level spells.
You're not far away. It's only third level. Okay, so what's the plan? Crane, are you just going to go down and poke the rock, see if it's stable?
Yeah, let's start there.
Try that to start.
Don't go underneath it. Go in a way where if it was to fall, it wouldn't fall on you.
I kind of am tempted.
Right below it. And...
Ding! I'm kind of tempted to ask the crane to bring back the blackened one, but I don't. What if it triggers some sort of insane magical thing and kills it?
I still have Detect Magic up, but it's only up to 30 feet. So when I get closer to
feet
it,
down.
Yeah.
So maybe the.
And I don't have any second level spells to 90 feet. You back out of there. I'm out of the forced teleportation spells.
I've got a vial of acid. Okay, DeGrain, go touch it. See how stable it is. Test its stability.
Oh my god, second problem. I have the potential to take 66 psychic damage, and I could not possibly not go unconscious if I take that. So it can't be anywhere we're relying on my balance, because I will go unconscious.
Sucks.
DeCrane, you begin to casually stride down the side of this chasm into the darkness towards this platform, just strolling along the wall. Definitely not creepy. You get down to the edge of this platform, and it's about maybe a 20-foot diameter kind of sphere of rock. You can see is like jaggedly broken on the edges. Go ahead and just give me an investigation check, just straight roll. Okay.
15.
You have an investigation bonus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me just. 0.
No, you don't. A 15 is good enough, though, honestly. As you get down and begin to just gingerly kind of poke and prod, its positioning is actually pretty stable. It's kind of wedged on either side against the edges of the rock, and it's like just wide enough to like have hit this point and stuck. And it's fallen a little bit at an angle, so it's not going to be easy to stand perfectly still, but it's not such at an angle that you're slipping and falling. But you fully step on it. It carries your weight without shifting, without moving. No problems. What you see, though, throughout the rock, at the edges where you can see the jagged sides, are veins of crystalline element that has deeply wound its way within the rock itself. The concentric and geometric formations of arcane runes and sigils on the surface are obviously magical, but within them you can see it similarly, almost like epoxy, like crystal has like filled each of the veins. And then the rod at the center is not much of a rod as you've come to see them in both Augustus and Andy's hands. You see it has melted down into itself and become a blackened husk and burned and corroded, and it's entirely destroyed. But there is an indentation in the rock itself where you could try and pull it free and where a new one could be placed. Do you try and pull it free?
I'll go for it.
Roll a death save.
No, just go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Okay.
Remember, you're the strongest of all of us.
1.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's you plant your feet on either side, and you're trying to pull the sword from the stone, and it ain't budging for you.
What's he doing down there?
Grant, is everything okay?
He's really straining his hips.
There's something stuck in the rock. I can't get out.
That's probably just the other rod. You can come up though. Andy's the strong one.
Oh. All right.
I will say too, as you step back from the platform onto the wall and begin to climb back up, you look down past the platform, and this chasm descends outside of your vision fully, but with the light that is casting down, and you do have dark vision, you do see the faint glint of something, probably another 120 feet down, but it's well beyond your vision for now. You could get further down if you wanted to.
No, for now.
Oh god, I would have put so much money on him going for it. Hondo would have gone for
Not
that
Hondo.
second.
Hondo would have swan dived down just to see, hoping for a Scrooge McDuck moment.
Let's get this rod first.
DeCrane returns to the surface, and what is the plan officially from the four of you?
I think we should try to physics this shit with like using a rock as an anchor so that it's taking a lot of the weight and bunnies are not. Kind of wrapping a rope around it. And then I have the climbing kit gear thing that I'll put on. So I'm like wearing it. So even if something happens or I go unconscious, I'm clipped into it.
Yeah, so you'll be able to rappel down with relative ease. You have to tie 2 ropes together to get the full length. But luckily there are lots of large rocks around for you to easily tie around to. However, I'd like one of you to roll a survival check for me.
I can do it. Or actually, Nettie, you're pretty good at that too. What do you add?
Who's the best at tying knots?
Probably
That's a
Ranger.
good question.
I had 7 to survival. What do you add to survival?
5. You go for it.
How's a 4 on the dice plus 7 sound?
Sounds pretty much mediocre.
This is my best knot.
It's a nice bow.
There's way too many loops in it. Then
Oh, it's beautiful.
I put a lot of rabbit ears in it.
That's key. That's the most important part of them.
The most important part.
Definitely gonna hold. Andy, you are strapped in, ready to rock. Who's going down? What's happening? Any other preparations being made before Andy descends?
It might make sense for Crane to come down with me, or someone at least.
Do you want me to do anything? I'm just kind of chilling out.
So I'm thinking, trying to gauge where I should go to. I now have 2 wild shapes back because I'm at that short rest. But like, if you go unconscious, we'll need help bringing you up. Not that my -1 strength is anything to write home about.
Yeah, because the only one. Do you have any spells left?
I have one left. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any potions?
I don't think.
I don't have potions. I have a cure wounds.
Yeah.
And that's
I just
potion still.
Okay, great. So if you gave that to Crane that he could use on you, maybe I'll stay up here with Nettie in case we have to try and pull one of you guys up. But worst case scenario, I can always Bearcat to go down. And Bearcat's a medium beast. It's not like a squirrel. Like it's got a +2 strength. It's pretty decently sized.
You could also potentially turn into something to like help haul.
That's a really good point.
Too.
What a great idea.
Something bigger.
I can turn into a cow, or like we could flavor that as like a bull. I can turn into like a horse, I'm sure I've seen as a kid. So yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Great idea.
Okay. So sorry, is there anything other preparatory things you want to do? Remember, Scott, you still have the other rod. So I'm trying to look at any other spells that might be.
I have augury. Like we could ask
if something happens and we're not sure what we should do.
Maybe we save that. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Andy straps in, ready to rock. DeCrane descends alongside. And sorry, Scott, were you waiting to go down?
I'm going to stay up with Nettie for now.
The bunnies hold.
The bunnies hold. Party name.
within only a minute or so, DeCrane and Andy, you set foot down on top of this semi-tilted platform of rock. Andy, if you could go ahead and give me a strength check.
I don't even have any good portents for this, guys. Maybe we should have slept first. Well,
that's enough.
It's very
you're able to reach down and lift out the sundered rod, and it is now maybe they're only about 2-ish feet long, and you see when you pull it out, about 6 inches gets like sunk into the ground, and the rest kind of hangs out, but it is now only about a foot tall. In the first foot of it has been like destroyed in some way, and it is still warm to the touch.
I still detect magic on it. Does it give off any like magic item, or the magic part's completely gone?
It is no longer magical.
Okay. I'll hand it off to DeCrane. So I put this in the bag to give to our bosses to proof we did the thing. Okay. Is this it? I'm gonna try to can I try to sit, or I guess how far away from the center point is if this is the cliff and this is the red wedged rock, would it be reasonable to sit and wedge myself with my back up against the rock face, or no?
Not if you are still looking to be within touching range of the rod.
Okay.
The rod is in the center.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind it. I will still try to stay on my knees. I don't have good balance at all. And just try to place the new rod in.
Easy enough.
See what happens.
You hold the rod out, and it slots in, and it slots in easily, and you feel at one last second there's a little bit of resistance before you feel it push into its final position and instantly kind of lock into place somehow. You feel it twist out of your grip, and instantly there's a faint shudder around, which gives a faint bit of worry given the precarious position. But a moment passes. Nothing seems to have moved. I will say the rod has its kind of undulating faint glow about it. It now becomes like a solid light. But it doesn't seem to do anything else just yet.
Okay, I will take out one of the scrolls
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of look up at buddies, go over to Crane. Good, it's gonna take a minute.
Good luck.
You got this.
Okay,
I hope she doesn't die.
that'd be awkward. Okay, I will
You
try to cast the scroll.
You unfurl the scroll and begin to... you've already kind of looked it over loosely to understand the elements of the scroll, elements of the casting you will require, and the first thing you noted is this is a far more powerful magic than you have ever been able to ascertain and understand. This will require a pretty significant lift on your part to cast, beginning with a DC 15 intelligence check to begin the cast.
Okay, let's do this.
I will note this before you roll. It's a scroll. If you fail this, the scroll is used and it turns to dust.
I know.
We have 3, I think.
You
Let me
have
check
3.
my notes.
We have three, but ideally, we use 2 during this thing, and I get to keep one so I can put it in my fucking book.
I will remind you, you have 2 sites to go to.
I know. So
One
we
more
can't-
site.
We can't fuck one up.
Well, this is 1
This
and
one?
2.
Yeah.
So you have 1 backup.
Yeah. I don't have anything. Like the most. This is probably stupid. We probably should have long rest. Well, it's a midday. We can't long rest.
We're already here.
But my only portent is a 6. That's not.
She looks
gonna
back
be
up at
useful.
the. Maybe we should long rest. You guys
Oh
want
my
to stop?
God.
You got this.
Okay.
The dice love you.
Dice have not loved me lately. Okay.
Not with that attitude.
Okay, ready?
Mhm.
13 on the dice. Plus 4.
Mm-hmm. As you begin to utter the incantation and begin to go about the process of the somatic components, as you begin to pull upon the spectrum of magic, the spectrum of order, chaos, and time, everything that is coherent or incoherent about the world of magic and arcana, and begin to form it and pull it to bend to your will outside of the realm of things that you are capable of in your training thus far. You tap into this 5th level contact other plane spell, and you begin the 1 minute casting of the spell, which begins with an intelligence saving throw.
There we go.
Okay.
What's a good intense playlist for this?
13 again, plus like 19 total.
That beats the DC 15 intelligence save, and it avoids the 66 psychic damage and the end of the spell. Thankfully,
Okay.
The spell continues, and you're able to combine the casting of this contact to other plane to connect you, this divining rod, and whatever this spectrum that the rods are designed to create and tap into for the divining network. As this incantation begins to Crane, as you're standing behind Andy, you fall into this space between spaces. You know you are still conscious in your body, but you begin to lose connection with your physical self, and as you flow into this other realm of magic. Crane, you watch as Andy's incantation continues. The air in the chasm begins to kind of pick up and swirl and alight. The runes of the rod begin to alight as well from within until it becomes a beacon of pure white light, filling the chasm, casting light up onto the bunnies 90 feet up into the air. Around the stone itself, the etched sigils begin to alight as well, with all colors, a rainbow hue, all winding around one another as crystal begins to wind within the cracks of the rock. you can hear the breaking and shifting of rock beneath the original platform and into the walls on either side as it now roots itself here, infusing this platform, the rod, and now this chasm together into the earth itself, binding itself. You feel the spell begin to twist and shift beneath the will of the stronger magic. And Andy, in this mind's eye world space, everything around you blooms. You begin to see into a 5th, 6th, and 7th dimension, intersecting forces governing the unseen powers behind life, time, power, interplanar cross-sections, order and chaos, creation and destruction. For a brief moment, it is all laid bare before you, and then you are swept up into the storm. A hurricane, this world of potential futures, pasts, possibilities, and presents for all souls across Vigil, carried about on an untamable gale, and you step within it. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
It was supposed to be an
We
easy
should have had a long
episode.
rest, guys. We should have had a long
Let's
rest.
be an easy app. I already did this.
Stupid. Why are we so dumb?
I got lots of spells.
I don't have advantage on this anymore because I don't have the goddamn rod.
Don't worry, I do. I got one.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
15. Nice.
And then Andy and Enid.
7.
Excuse me, I got an 11.
Okay.
Right near each other.
Sorry, I'm making everyone yell.
Leah got everyone with it.
Contagious.
Okay.
We're in our 30s. It's 10 o'clock.
It's past our prime.
Past their bedtime.
As spell begins to take root, and this the psionically infused rod begins to try to connect, as I said before, the divining rod connecting to this nexus of fate, connecting and forging a bond, and pulling kind of a backdoor into this other dimension of potential. The domain, this spectrum, rebounds by the presence that should not be there. Andy, you begin to pull away from your consciousness, pulled along by this beacon of light connecting towards you. Can see there is a force that you're headed towards. There is an end point, but you're a ways away from it. And all along you, from both sides, front, back, forward, left, right, this hurricane-like gale batters and wind sweeps you. And each time it hits, you feel something tangible before it's gone. DeCrane, standing closest to Andy, you watch as fully hair whipped up, light just casting everywhere. Andy's voice does not stop the incantation. Her hands do not stop the movements. And yet, every so often, a shift in her body. And you watch a spark from the divining rod. And you watch a cascade of dust and rock begin to swirl up, coalesce, and then fall. You see a shadow begin to step forth before it is whipped away. And then finally, one of these apparitions becomes corporeal, almost like a crystalline form pulling itself up from the ground, out of Andy and out of the rod simultaneously. A piece of potential breaks free and attacks. Another on the other side, kind of being made out of wind and energy, pure energy, begins to stumble forth, taking on vaguely humanoid shapes, but nothing that you can immediately identify. No facial features or anything like that, but humanoid in some way. DeCrane, you do have the first initiative. What do you do?
I think, okay, then for now, maybe I'll just use the scimitar.
Okay, go ahead.
Love it.
You're within range of everything. Remember, you guys are only on a 20 by 20 platform, so
Okay, so...
you'll be able to get anywhere on here, no problem. Go ahead, make an attack.
Oh, shit. It was a 9.
Plus
4. 13.
that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let's check. Damage is 2d2 plus 2d4 plus 4 or 2. Sorry, and the total is 6.
Okay, great. You rush up and just strike through, and you carve through part of it, and its energy begins to spill off this energy being, but it begins to kind of reconstitute itself. It's not quite destroyed, but it's flickering.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh, it's too late now. Okay, I'll just attack with the other side now.
Sure. Bonus action.
And it's a 1.
Just trying to like stab through rather than like a full slice. You try to stab through, and it just fully like shifts out of the way, like you just didn't see it coming.
Okay.
From Decrane, we're going to go to Augustus. Trying to keep this whole combat pretty condensed.
There's too far away. Like, I can't even shoot fire down there. I can only throw fire 30 feet.
Actually, from Augustus and Enid, for this first run, I'd like both of you just to make perception checks with your action, because it is pretty far away to make out what is happening, to know that there's a combat yet.
16.
23. With advantage for me, yeah.
23 is plenty with or without. You're able to see there's something shifting in there. You watch Decrane attack something. So I give you the fact that there's definitely something on the move. Enid, I don't think you can pinpoint anything as of yet. It's still pretty bright, but you see Augie like look down at something and like get a little apprehensive, and then immediately you just draw your bow. Like you are expecting if he gets uncomfortable, something's wrong.
Okay.
So Augustus, what are you doing?
So they're tied on a rope. Let me throw you an insane idea. If I was to try and maybe tying a very loose rope around my neck or something, that sounds grim, but then turning into a war horse, or sorry, like a pack horse, and then that Nettie could tie it to her, and I could like lower her on her turn so she could shoot her bow better, basically. I just know I can't fire down.
Okay. So you want to turn yourself into a horse with a rope around you so that Enid could,
on her turn, tie a rope around her, and then she could lower herself down there.
Why not just tie it around a rock?
Because I could lower her up and down, basically.
I guess. Okay.
That's such a confidence.
You know who you're DMing, right? Let me also look at.
No, we're gonna fly with it.
No, I'm doing something else. It's too weird. I'm gonna Bearcat. I'm gonna be like, Nettie, there's something going on there. You gotta shoot whatever they're fighting. And I'm gonna Bearcat and rush down there.
Okay.
So action Bearcat plus 30 feet movement.
Easy enough. You have climbing speed, so it's a full 30. So you're moving your way down. You have 60 feet remaining to continue climbing. But that would be the end of your turn. And we come to Andy's turn. Andy, on your turn, your role in this, you are oblivious to the physicality that's happening in the real world, but in this continued ritual, you are having a solo skill challenge that I need you to complete. You'll be making intelligence checks each of your turns. Successes and failures will be counted, to which I'm not going to tell you how many of which.
Cool.
Your purpose here is just intelligence check. Away you go.
That's not going to succeed. It's an 8.
Okay.
No, I have no idea. No, the DC is 15, so that wouldn't even help. Okay. No, I don't have anything else I can do to this.
A failure. Okay.
Yeah. Would you permit, like, I still have, I don't even know if it's going to be useful at all. I haven't used my, like, ASMR thing today, but, like, it's a bonus action. And it's probably more, like, reactive than, like, you know, just as, like, things are near me and if things shit's weird and I'm already getting into this other thing. Would you allow me to activate that or have that activated at some point?
Yes, but it's going to hurt Decrane too.
Is he that close to me?
He'll have to be.
Oh, it's only within 10 feet. I thought it was within 5 feet or something. Okay, well then no, I'm not going to fucking hurt him. Okay, never mind.
He's very strong, though. He's a tough boy.
I like the idea of it being reactive like that.
Me too.
It does
That
make
was
sense.
cool.
It makes sense. I don't
Fuck the
want
crane.
to fuck my own party up.
No, we still got the
How many hit
bunnies.
points Kev has?
He just rolled a short rest. He's fine.
Are you letting it? What I'm gonna say is it has to happen now or not
I
this
know.
fight.
I know.
This is the first reactive moment of it.
It's gonna be something, one of those things where these things are fucking immune to radiant damage, and then it's just gonna.
Maybe they're weak to it, though. Maybe they could be spooky ghosts. Roll a d20 for it. Let the gods decide.
Alright, fine. Odds are don't do it, evens are it happens.
Evens.
It's 14.
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with you reactively bonus action kicking out the Aasimar form as you're in response to this literal force of divination and a pseudo divine planar trip that you're on. Your body and mind recognize a threat that you can't physically handle, and so something else comes through you. Something else that is deep within attempts to protect, and out of you bursts a divine aura. It's at their turns, your turn.
At the end of each of my turns, it's just 2, it's a flat 2 radiant damage.
Okay. Decrane and each of these creatures take 2 points of damage.
Oh, I mean, that's not bad.
I'm down. That would have been amazing.
That'll end Annie's turn. That brings us to the creatures' turns. Decrane, the one directly in front of you, is going to attack you, and Andy, the other one, is going to stride forward to try and hit you.
Interesting.
This is bad, guys. We're so stupid. Why do we think we could just do this?
Fine, we're fine.
Decrane, that's a 15 to hit. Andy, that's a 12 to hit.
Oh. Yeah, my 15.
12 hits you, Andy?
Oh, sorry, 12. No, sorry.
Phew.
It doesn't. I'm so sorry.
Decrane, does that hit, sorry?
My AC is 15.
You take 3 points of force damage, and your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw is reduced by 1d4.
Damn.
That takes us to Enid's turn.
Okay, I'm going to tie a rope on my brother.
He is now a bear cat and climbing 30 feet down a cliff.
I bailed on your horse plan. I already left.
No! Oh no! I guess I will stand at the ready with my bow, and I'll tie a rope to the end of the arrow if I can.
You have the range to strike from this distance.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
can I?
Your
I can?
longbow is
Okay.
150. It's 90 feet.
Oh, okay.
You have
Then
the range to fire.
okay, then I'll do that then.
Get him.
25 to hit.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So
wait,
is
is that
that a crit?
A crit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
left
yeah.
or right?
Right.
You destroy the more powerful. Good job.
Yay!
Hey.
The one that was attacking Andy instantly bursts as an arrow flies true and destroys this creature instantaneously.
Phew.
Yeah, you just knock another. Do you have anything for a bonus action? There's no I'm trying to limit as much movement as necessary for this, just to keep things pacey. So if there's nothing else you want to do with your turns, we'll just move on to the next.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll just kind of be like, you guys okay?
Cloth them up.
Yeah, just the tail swirls. At the initiative count 20, 5 more creatures pull themselves up and out of the ether these creatures, you watch a bipedal, like hulking mass pulling from the rock itself. You watch one of these like hulking, almost like a dire wolf or a werewolf creature begins to pull itself out. You see something with wings burst out, made of wind and energy. All of these creatures begin to strike in. We're now a total of 6 on the field.
Oh my god.
Decrane, you're up again. The one before you is still standing, barely, and now you see 5 more jumping into the fray.
Could I? It's not. I was gonna say, like, could I? I don't. First of all, do I need their energy if I wanted to sap it?
You are certainly able to, if you want to try. It could heal you if you need healing. It's up to you.
I'll wait then, because I don't need healing quite yet, per se.
I'll also remind you, because of the short rest, you do have your second wind and your action shirt back. So keep that in mind.
I'm going to do... Because you said there was one right in front of me, right?
Yeah, this one that you attacked and like nearly killed, but then missed on the second. It's barely clinging to life, but is still there.
Oh, okay.
And now there's 5 more.
And there's 5 more. Okay, yeah, let's
You're also like
go back
my
to this.
area of pain.
We're going to consider your area of pain everywhere on this platform. Because you're in the middle, it's 10 feet, and that would be the proper radius.
Let's go back to Scimitar.
Go ahead and make your attack.
18.
Definitely
Nice.
hit. You destroy this one instantly. Just after taking some of this damage from Andy, you watch it like fizzle under Andy's light and then flash through. With your bonus, you can still attack one of the others or do something else.
Yeah, I'll attack the next closest one, I guess, with my bonus.
Just spinning into the next attack. Go ahead.
Roll is 9 and 4, 13.
That'll hit. So just the 2d4 on this.
Okay. 5. Oh, yeah, that's 4. Okay, 5 total.
Perfect. You slash into this like wolven creature who begins to turn back towards you. That'll end your turn. Augustus.
I'll probably take most of my turn to just try and get down. Probably 60
You can use
down now.
the action to dash and make it there now.
Yeah, so just get all the way down.
Landing just to the left of the platform and seeing all these creatures begin to pour forth. You hiss into the void. Andy, we come to you. Intelligence check, please.
Natural 17.
Success. From the end of Andy's turn, everyone takes 2 points of damage.
Except for Al.
They're killing me.
So we just all took 2 points. Okay.
Everyone takes 2 points. All the baddies, but also the 2 of you guys.
All right.
That takes us to the creature's turns. Decrane, you've drawn the ire of 1, so 1 attack to you.
Bring it on.
That's going to be a 12 to hit.
Nope.
3 of them are going to go for Andy, and the last is going to go for Augustus. So we'll do Augustus first.
Bring it.
That's a 19 to hit.
And that hits my little bear cat.
And then 3 against Andy for a 6, a 12, and then a 20. So both of you are going to take 4 points of force damage, and your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw for 1d4.
Got it. That's bad for me.
Mm-hmm. That takes us to Enid's turn.
Keep them off Andy.
Yes, I'm going to try shooting again. Can I see Andy? Like, could I see where she is?
It's beginning to get tougher to spot her in amongst the shifting movement. The divining rod is lighting up. All of the runes are lighting up beneath everyone's feet, and Andy is lighting up. So there's just a cacophony of fucking light everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So it's difficult, but you can identify the enemies, and it's all in a pretty condensed area.
Okay, I'll aim for the one that's like closest to her.
You got it.
I can. 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Sweet. That is 8 piercing damage.
Destroys it. Shatters.
Like, At least they're light, like they're not.
They are easy to hit, and there's not a whole lot of hit points. That destroys that one. That brings us back to initiative count 20. Andy succeeded, so there's no more that come through.
Okay.
DeCrane, your action.
I'm going to stick with the scimitar.
Go ahead. The one that you were attacking before is starting to look pretty rough.
Yeah. Let's finish him.
That definitely hits. With 3 points of damage, you are able to just blast through and continue on to the next.
That's, other side of it. 13 roll.
That'll hit.
And 2d4s come to 6.
6 points. It's barely clinging on as you like sever it and you cut it in half. This like energy, it actually kind of looks like a bug creature. You cut it in half, and half of it skitters away and just fades into sparkle, but the other half remains and like shifts into a new form as you pivot to try and attack. But Augustus, we come to you.
Time to take out the weeds.
Bearcat time. I nod at Hondo to Crane. I'm going to just attack anyone that is close to Andy. I can only do one attack. But I think I get... No, I don't have that. Never mind. So +4 to hit. Oh, I have reach 5 feet. That's cool.
Everyone has reach 5 feet.
So do I. I rolled 14 plus 5. 19.
Definitely hits. Definitely hits.
This is 1d10 plus 2.
That's pretty good.
I know. I love this cat. 9 damage.
9 damage. You destroy this like charging, like hulking creature.
I just use the tail. Run at him, flip, tail right through him.
Just destroys, shatters into like kind of a cloud of dust and matter.
I should be honest though, actually. I have to roll. So what was my roll there?
Even at your maximum negative D4, you would still hit.
Okay.
I've been keeping this intact.
Keeping track? Okay, great.
For that. So now that's over. That'll end you. Andy, intelligence check minus D4.
I have a 16 right now. So I have to roll a 1 on the D4. It's a 1.
See, the dice love you. I love you.
They like dramatic shit, is what they like.
You succeed.
This is so stressful.
And you continue on.
Everyone takes 2 points of.
That's right. DeCrane, you take 2 points of damage. Augie, you take 2 points of damage. But DeCrane, the one that you were fighting, bursts and shatters under the 2 points that we had remaining.
I'll take it.
Only one creature remains currently. As we come to Enid's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it.
Take a shot.
Do it.
17 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think no matter what your damage here, you destroy it. The last standing creature, Enid, shatters, and all of them just turn to dust. The dust settles for but a moment as, now at this point, 3 rounds into this, a new thing happens because it's fun.
Oh no.
I need the 3 of you who are on the platform to give me a charisma saving throw. As with no creatures on the field, the winds of change begin to flow forth. That Andy, you have been pushing forward, pulled along by this beacon, inching closer and closer to this nexus point. But the hurricane from within now rebounds off of your astrally projected form back into the world. Charisma saves all around.
16.
Just
13.
succeeds. Fails.
Oh no. 1.
Oh my god. Is that 3 ones for Kev tonight?
That's 3 ones.
Jeez, buddy.
Kev, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh
A
no.
4.
Great.
Okay.
I don't even have a reaction to like make this less shitty. Like I'm not.
She's killing us.
To those of you who failed, so Andy and DeCrane, both of you take 9 points of force damage, and you each gain a curse die.
A what?
First die is a negative luck I get to apply on any roll I choose.
Very cool.
I have 5 hit points.
Augustus, you'd take 4 points of that force damage, but you gain a luck die.
Do you get to decide when to use it?
No, you can use it whenever you want. It's a luck point for you.
I'm kind of like that. You get to decide it. 4 fly. Wow. Okay, great.
That takes us no creatures added this round. However, Decrane, the hurricane wind that blasts through the winds of change puts you off on your back foot and spins you back as you reel and you go to step and slip off the edge of the platform. Your failed dexterity save does not give you a chance to reach out and grab onto the platform. However, you do have spider climbing ability, so being able to scramble and like slide down the edge of the cliff wall does not mean you fall the full 120 feet to your death. What it does mean is you're going to take a little bit of bludgeoning damage from the scraping, clawing effect from the wall as you fall and take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Straining and like tearing away at your fingernails as you're clawing, trying to pull yourself closer to the wall, and you fall about 20 feet along the edge of the wall.
You can heal yourself.
How can I heal myself?
You have a second wind.
Second.
Right. But I can't use it now.
It is your turn.
Oh, it is my. Oh, it's my turn now. Okay. Well, let me see. Second wind. Yeah, I might as well use second wind. I'll use it.
Go ahead.
It's just so nonchalant. I might as well. Whatever.
Aw.
2 health. What'd you get?
A 1.
Is that like your fourth one of the night?
Plus one, so
fourth
2.
one.
No, it's not plus
Dude.
1. It's not plus 1. It's plus your
Plus 4.
fighter level.
It says 1d10 plus 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you heal
5.
It's better than nothing.
Hey, that's 2 rounds of my damage.
Yeah. That's right. Well, you'll avoid it this round.
Yeah.
I'll win.
I'm just so bad, guys. I'm sorry.
It's
I
kept
don't
some of
have
these
a
guys.
bonus, I guess with that.
That is your bonus, your second one.
Oh, right.
But you're able to climb back up, keeping to the edge of the platform to avoid Andy's. I forget what it's called, but the
Radiant consumption?
this
Jeez.
radiant blast. You still have your action if you want to ready a ranged attack.
I'm gonna actually ready my gun, I guess, then.
Yeah, you can draw the pistol. You rolled a 1 on the charisma save, right?
Yes.
But you rolled a 9 on the dex save. This is a bit of a dick move, but I'm gonna do it anyways just because it's fun. Throw me just a retroactive strength saving throw.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
It's
guys.
a 1.
I swear to God.
Oh,
How?
With the hurricane wind of change that blasts into you, your scimitar goes flying off the edge out of reach.
No.
Drops into the chasm whence deep below.
Oh my god.
Damn, curse this wind.
The winds of change will get you. That is going to end Decrane's turn. You can hold your action to ready your gun to fire at the next creature you see.
Okay. Yep.
Augustus, we come to you.
so I write down Winds of Change as a party name. Winds of
Yeah, I
Change. I think. Can you guys? I don't think I've used my bless, but I throw it out to you guys. Did I use my bless when we were climbing on anyone? Did I use it on you, Andy?
Oh, you mean earlier?
Yeah,
Like
that was the same day. My sheet doesn't have it.
If you used it, it wouldn't have.
No, because we were doing. I don't think you did because we weren't taking saving throws. We're like, oh, these are.
Right.
It doesn't work on
Ability
saving
checks.
throws, and you're like, right. So I'm not gonna bother.
So I'm gonna drop my form. I only had like 4 health left as a bear cat, and cast bless on Andy.
You can cast on multiple people if you want to.
Fine, and a crane and myself.
Okay. Please try to remember you're concentrating for. So
Okay.
I don't have a battle map to have a marker on. So I'll put a
Do you
note.
think you're standing or are you kneeling? What do you think your vibe is right now as you're going through this?
I was kneeling.
I will go up to you and platonically press my head against you and kind of put my little paws on your shoulders. Be like, you can do it, Andy. You can do it. We're almost there. That's it.
We're the same height.
Exactly. I am not kneeling.
It's fully standing. Okay. Bless goes out to the three of you. That's on attack rolls and saving throws, or attack rolls and ability checks?
No, it's.
I think it's attacks and saves. Attack or save. Yeah. Add a D4.
Okay. That's Augustus. Andy, we come to you.
No, this is so stressful.
You got it.
No, I don't got it.
By how much?
13.
But at Bless? With Bless?
It's a ability check.
I thought these were saves.
No, I mean, I make saves. I've been making saves here and there,
Right.
so this is not a bad thing.
Okay, good. Balls.
No. The winds of change will return. But that is a failure. No, sorry. That's a success, a 13.
13?
Yeah, you wrongly guessed it was a 15.
Great. The other thing was 15.
The 15 was to get into this. This is now a sustained constitution, concentration
Gotcha.
using intelligence. So the DC is only 10.
Well, fuck me. I should have. Well, good. No, I don't have a reaction. I can't use Portent on myself.
No. Currently, you are in an incapacitated state. I allowed the radiant consumption because I think that the way you explained it is super cool.
It's more my body reacting. But
Yeah. But for the most part, your only thing you can do is these checks to maintain this continued thing, which we're going to continue now. But you do have 3 successes, 1 failure thus far. The potentials are not currently standing, so no issues there. Enid has, we'll just have her hold an arrow for the next potential to arrive. At this stage, another group do form.
You want a success?
Yeah, it's just less.
Okay.
So only 2 show up as 2 of these creatures form. Decrane, you have a held attack, and so does Enid. So both.
Enid is tending to something else, but said she would just shoot. So do you want to roll it?
I've got her character sheet open. She rolls a 16 and hits.
Boom.
She deals 10 points of damage and destroys a creature.
Great. 10 points. Nice job, Danny.
Kev, do you want to use your held firearm?
I'll use it. Yeah. 17.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely hits. Held firearm ready. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that would be a 1d10 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 2.
Okay. It shoots, hits, but you watch as this creature who you can see resembles sort of one of those Mothrin that you faced, but far larger and more imposing, thicker of muscle or of armor, and is striding with purpose towards Augustus and Andy, and you fire and shatter something off its shoulder. It turns, but it doesn't break its purpose as it strides towards. That is the Decrane's held action at the 20. Decrane, we come back to your turn.
All right. I'm going to... Are they close?
There's one creature that's about 10 feet, 5 feet from the 2 of them, but it's the only creature on the board right now.
I cannot take any more damage, so we have to.
I'll shoot it. I think because 10 feet is probably okay.
Make your attack roll.
All right. 1.
Shit.
What is happening?
I'm closing this tab.
Action surge.
Destroy your phone. What?
It's impressive.
Is that
Yeah,
the 5th or
that's-
6th? I lost track after
At
that.
least 6, right?
I
Well,
think
it
it's
was on a
5 or
D10,
6.
so the chances were a little higher, but it's still.
Have you been hacked?
Hey Google, we have concerns about your dice roll.
Damn.
I think you should action surge, honestly, or else she's.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, actually, why not? If it's that bad, let's ruin
It's
the
bad.
surge.
Show me another one.
Seventh one in a row.
Mark it.
Let's go.
Action surge.
Features and
Oh.
traits, yeah. So that's
Oh, yeah,
the
here we go.
second.
Okay,
So
so
this is
I
your
roll
third shot.
13.
That'll hit. It only has 4 hit points. You add a d10 plus 4, so shatters this larger imposing creature, blasts it away with the third shot. A reminder: you've got 4 shots per needing to reload.
I got 2. Yeah.
So that's you got 1 more shot. That'll end your turn, Augustus.
I was writing down a TikTok note to make a collage of these ones. No enemies in the field.
No enemies in the field.
I'm just me. I think I'll just summon the fire in my hands and prepare if one pops out.
Pick up produce flame.
Yeah, because I can't aid her in this, can I? There's nothing I can really do to give her advantage or anything.
There's no it's not like you can give the help action, but if you have
Yeah.
any spells or anything that would provide advantage on a check or anything like that, yeah.
No, I don't think so. So yeah, I'll just summon fire in my hands and just look around and prepare to throw.
That is protecting, as long as you're able to stop things from hurting her, that means that she can continue. So that is the aid you can provide. As we come to Andy. Intelligence check, please.
14 on the dex.
Success. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, this is 1 more round. Perfect. Enid is going to just hold with nothing on the field to attack. She will hold her action, ready to fire as the winds of change blow once more. Crane, you are outside of the range. However, I need both Andy and Augustus to roll charisma saving throws.
You got it. I think I failed this. 12.
That does fail.
Could I use my gift dice on this one?
Your luck die? Absolutely.
My luck? Is that just a reroll or is it an add to it?
It's just another d20. Like, it's luck. You just get to roll again. And
Does it
I will.
last?
It does like you just will have a luck point.
Oh, cool. Then I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it.
Likewise, the negative curse dice will
Will
linger.
also.
A 16. Okay, that is a success. Augustus, you didn't fail by such a crazy amount that I need to throw you off the edge of this.
Did I tell you what it was? I got 12. You knew that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, 12. So you're going to take the full damage, and you are going to gain a curse die.
Yeah. Yep.
And Andy, you're going to take half this damage.
I could still be unconscious. So
It's only 6 points of force damage and 3 points of force damage.
Do you have 2 now?
I have 2 hit points.
Andy, though, for a success, you do gain a luck.
Oh, well, good. That's the best.
Okay. This is cool. Really intense for you because you're
Very cool.
Very cool.
That is Andy's turn. No, that was the 20. DeCrane, we come back to you. There's nothing on the field, so if you just hold there, Augustus continues holding.
Mhm.
Andy, for potentially the last check.
Natural 15, so 19.
Okay. You push through all of the wind. This flow of potential just batters and batters you like a literal hurricane gale, and you are being flipped and tossed around, and all the while uttering the incantation and just into this flow state of being controlled by something beyond yourself while trying to contact something beyond life itself, and flowing through this state of pure divining information, past, present, and future. You reach this nexus point and are able to kind of connect into it and realign the divining rod via Clandestrix's psionic infusions and arcane mapping to connect it to the divining network. It comes online in the space, in the chasm. The light boom, dims down, but the sigils remain faintly lit, and the divining rod returns to its undulating glow. Andy, before the end of this ritual, before the end of the casting, as you in this other world, your mind at least exists in a space of pure divination, and via the spell that has brought you here, you can ask any question of fate, and I will give you a truthful answer.
Shit.
Put me on the spot.
Let's start counting down from 10.
I'm not good at being put on the spot, guys.
I will say it needs to be as close to a yes or no as possible.
Yeah.
Just for pure simplicity's sake. I can't give you the answer of life, but I can provide under the ramifications of the spell, something that has the answer that could be yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear. But I will also provide, if applicable, a short phrase or answer.
Shit. Fucking ass. Sorry, guys.
And
All this out for the...
anything from your past? Anything from your vision, your doomsday vision that you want to know?
I'm keep trying to think if there's anything specific from the vision.
You have that scary tattoo on you now, if you wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, I know. That was my other thought. Trying to think of something that's not just like a vague, like, are things getting bad? Yes, things are getting worse. Okay. The thing I've been warned about that I don't quite understand for the last decade, the things I've had visions about, is that potentially coming to pass within the next year.
At this nexus point, this pure light, you feel adrift in your worry of what you've been shown for quite some time. And each time you've learned new information on your adventures with these newfound friends, this newfound purpose, it's grown darker, it's grown grim, and it seems to have grown more and more imminent. You watch before you as a shimmer of this kind of gossamer, and within like almost like a silken, somewhat see-through fabric kind of shifts before you. Within it, you can see like a star-lit sky pattern. And then the starlit sky begins to kind of shift until it forms into two eyes, a slightly elongated head, vaguely humanoid, but also alien, but kind. And then it speaks in a voice that is simultaneously unsettling, but as calming as your mother's.
It could be sooner. If you are not to act, the world, this universe, as it is known, hangs in precarious balance. The threads untangled as of now require a weaver to sew them, draw them together, and your answer you shall find.
And then you are all once standing, kneeling, and looking into the face of Augustus.
You did it.
That was bad. was very... Things are going to get really bad. Soon.
Well, we're good at making them better. You got attacked by a bunch of ghosts.
Real ghosts? Like dead people?
I don't know. I was a bear cat.
You realize your body hurts a lot.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, if you ever wake up and you'd be like, how did I get that bruise? That's my whole body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh
The
my
green-
goodness.
The crane almost fell to his death. It was crazy.
Again?
You're telling me.
You know, yes, I've had some bad luck, for sure.
Listen, ain't it alright? Way up.
His crazy laugh. The crane. What happened to your scimitar?
Those bloody winds took it to somewhere far. I only hope I can recover it.
Yeah, do
I
you
mean,
want
look
to try?
down. Do you see it? You
wanna
can just
try-
walk down there.
I don't know how far it is there, down there.
Do you want to take another short rest?
I'll tell you what, maybe I will go down, but
Okay.
have a rope ready if I need support.
Another rope from here?
Didn't you see a shiny thing down there at a game?
Oh yeah, you saw a shiny thing out of game.
Last time we saw a shiny thing and decided, hey, yeah, let's go look after it. We had to fight a giant robot, so I'm sure.
Fuck.
We'll take my...
It's probably not another robot.
It's probably not them.
So
I could go Bearcat again and try and help you up this while Nettie pulls.
He doesn't
Or-
need help climbing
For Andy.
Oh,
She's
sorry.
beat
I thought you were
the
talking
fuck
about
up.
Decrane going down. Yeah, we can hand wave the ascent,
Okay.
but I shan't be hand waving the potential descent.
Then I'll go with the crown.
How many hit points do you have?
How many hit points do you have?
I have quite a bit. I'm probably about half, 55%.
You have
Not bad.
55 hit points. I got 24, and I can move out to wild shape, so I got health.
Okay. Yeah. You guys begin to make your way down as Andy, you begin to climb up with Enid's help to pull you back up above. And you're still harnessed, so able to easier make the climb. As the two of these guys make their way down with climbing speeds and magically adhering to the wall. A relatively easy, if a little disconcerting, deeper into darkness you clamber.
Wait, I could cast light on one of you before you go if I know that it looks dark down there.
Maybe like his gun or something, so I could put it away.
Definitely looks like dark down there, like it's a cat.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, I'll cast light on his gun so that it looks like cops that have like a flashlight on top of their light in like a cave.
Sure.
Great idea.
Yeah, as Decrane descends with his gun as classic SWAT entry into a dark building, you guys make your way down the 60, 80, 100, 120 foot descent before you see the light begin to refract off of the edge of what is seemingly the bottom, and you're beginning to see the curvature of like the rock coming to settle onto the ground. There are two particular glints of note. One, the metallic edges of your scimitar, which you are able to immediately decipher. The second, as you fully set foot down to pick up your scimitar on the ground, and both of you side by side, Bearcat form notwithstanding, you stand looking onto something that kind of just scratches like a weird question of what is it you're looking at. you're standing before what has been unearthed from the base of this chasm. The rock has been excavated around, but you can see it continues into the rock left and right. A massive, like 20, 30 foot tall chain link. Like a piece of chain, like one link that is 20 foot tall and wider at the sides. Still embedded into the wall on the right and left. You're only seeing a portion of it unearthed.
As if more goes through the wall, potentially?
Presumably.
This is interesting. Is it leading somewhere?
You look and
it's
all
like,
you can see is wall.
And it's like chasm and then like big chain between it.
Mhm.
Easy. If I go up to it and smell it, can I have I ever encountered a metal like this before? Is there anything about it?
Trying to think what's the best like skill for metallurgy.
It's a bigger cat.
Trying to think of it like I don't know, throw me a check you think would be fair.
I was either going to say perception based on like what it smells or feels like. I'm just looking at my stuff. Yeah, I guess.
Perception to me is more about like looking and the smelling, sure, but like that's less of an identifying of metal to me, like of what the components are, more of like a nature or investigation.
Yeah, like I could do a nature.
Either of those. Sure.
Cool. Let's do it. After all that. 4.
As you get up to it, like, and you like put your paws to it, like it's cold to the touch, not particularly surprising, but it's difficult to glean any kind of information from. Gives a faint kind of buzz to it, but it's nothing. I don't know. It's difficult. It's hard to say.
Any runes on it or anything like that? Any markings?
Not that you can immediately see. And in fairness, like I said, you're only seeing like one potential link of this full.
But it's huge. It's like bigger than us, right?
Oh, it's monstrous compared to you.
Jesus.
I
can't talk to you, DeGrain. Yes, go for it, Leah.
When you said that this place looked like it had been like excavated or like bored down, does it mean like fresh, sharp rock recently, or like this is something that's been like this for a really long time?
The best way to, it's not fresh, sharp, as if like cut into. More bored through a magical means, as in like broken or eaten away via magic.
Okay.
Or a magical equivalent.
Yeah, so like the amount of dust isn't going to tell anything to us. It's not going to look like... Has there been any sign of like, there's been a bird's nest on one of these little ledges for a long time, or like everything's really clean other than just dust?
Nothing that these guys would have picked up, and Augustus's passive perception is pretty high. There's no immediate signs that this is old. It seems relatively new.
Can I try and scratch it? Just even base that.
You try and scratch it. Go ahead and roll an attack as you like.
Get my little claws in.
Yeah.
It's either a 15 or a 12. Okay, it's calling it a 12 plus 4, so 16.
You leave like a visible scratch. Certainly not dealing enough damage to do anything to this thing, but like
cuts through it.
It's a soft enough metal that you can
carve
into.
I would turn back to the crane and just raise up both my claws in a shrug, and then point back up.
Say, we leave this for now. It's not our concern.
Collectively, after a short while, the four of you are reconvened as the day begins to kind of crest closer and closer into evening. Not quite night yet, but at this point in the day, you'd be halfway down the mountain if you were to begin like descending and having to like camp on the side of the mountain. That it makes better sense to like wait out the evening along the summit, along the surface of the top here somewhere, than it does to descend and get caught in the middle. So you still have a good amount of time through the end of the evening and before you need camp. But I think that would be fair for how many of you are like well-traveled and all these things. So that like you don't want to get caught on the side of a mountain. You'd be better to fully make the trek down in one go.
That sounds good.
So with that being said, you have a couple of hours before camp and setting up for the evening. If there's anything you want to try and talk about, debrief, do in out of game, we can kind of take it a little easy. What are you guys thinking?
Do we have some books to look over? But
yeah, I could show you my dragon book again. It's the same page. Is the Doom bird? Can I make a perception to see where it is now?
Yeah. Make a perception check.
I felt so bad for it. 16 with advantage.
A 16 more than it is enough as you guys begin to kind of debrief and collect yourselves near this top of this chasm and begin to like discuss moving and going about to do something with the rest of your day. You can see it's about like 60 feet away from you on the ground, like eating one of the fallen Arcanoclast.
Okay.
Gross.
Wasn't it like remains of a mate of a former?
It seemed like one of the other creatures you fought further down the mountain was another Spherix.
Did it show any like sadness to it or anything like that? Or
I mean, from what you're seeing right now, is it's just eating.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's just maybe leave that guy. Let him have some space. And Kyle, I want to draw it. Can I do a performance check?
Please do a performance check as you guys just kind of begin to like just relax and set about here. It just sits and eats, but you do note it notes your presence. It does every so often look over at the four of you with these very just like piercing eyes before returning to its meal. What was your performance check?
15, my best bird drawing yet.
I think you go through probably 3 or 4 different pages, iterations, but that last one is, and it sits there for a long time. Like it's not, it hops between the couple of them. Actually gets close to your group a handful of times, kind of inspecting you with this kind of like constantly back and forth kind of cocked head. Gets within like 10 feet at a certain point and makes that low like whistling call before it just kind of like hops back away, kind of vulture style. Doesn't seem to have any ill will. It's really just looking for food. It's hungry. It just continues eating and picking away at the fallen flesh of the Arcanoclast. Notably keeping away from the any tentacly Icarus
things. I like him a lot. He's cool. Or she. Or they. Andy, what happened when you were like going through it? Because all we saw was like just things attacking you and stuff.
It was like a big storm of energy and potential and realities, and it is a huge mess of, I'm not entirely sure. And then I saw something. Maybe it was Koros or maybe it was something else. And it's like, oh, do you have like a question? And I'm like, they put me on the spot. I just asked about the visions, and it might be happening soon. I'm not even sure what it is. I'm not even sure what it is we're being warned of.
Might be happening soon. You're like end of the world vision.
Yeah, it seems end of the world. And I was hoping for maybe like some kind of encouraging, like, no, it's not what you think, or it's not. And he pretty much confirmed, no, it's everything's gone. Everything will be done. Unless you fix it. It's like, great. All on me. Or, not just something. It seems, it feels silly to say, but it's,
you're the chosen one.
No, I'd really rather not be. I would want nothing.
Everything
nothing
says so.
Less. I'm very tired of hearing that, honestly. We've done what we've done. We have one more, and we're going to have to do all that again, I fear. So next time we do this, let's not be almost dying when we go into it.
Yeah, I really like that suggestion. I think that's a good insight.
Yeah, almost dying is just not fun at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very hard to do. It was very hard. It's not just the initial spell. It was trying to focus and keep concentration on it, and that wasn't easy. So if we can think of any ways to make that part easier next time, we learn from our mistakes. It was a mistake. It worked. We learn from our experiences.
I call it a win. One down, one more to go. I think we're doing a really good job. Ludomir's going to be like, wow, you guys are the best cohort of the Infinity Alliance I've ever seen. And we're going to be like, stop. We're not that good.
We'll see. We have another one to do. But, hey, we went through the entire underworld, and, it's big. I've never heard anyone who's done that before. So, yeah, that's good. We saved some mushroom people.
And hopefully this just means we got the worst one out of the way.
Yeah, that one's going to be so easy. It's going
right?
to be,
I mean, it's not going to be hanging off the edge of a cliff, so that's great.
No, it's going to be so much easier. But it's going to be like, what were you going to say to Green?
I should say the world has definitely looked down upon us, so we've proved them wrong quite often.
Yeah. They doubt us, we prove them wrong. But you guys don't have... Oh, what? What were you going to say now?
No, I was going to say, that's just what it means to be a misfit, right?
The misfits. Scribbles down in a notebook. Interesting.
For the viewers, listener, we have spent half an hour at the end of every single session trying to think of a goddamn name. We are not there yet.
We've vowed to not force it. We don't want anything we regret.
No.
Our first party name was the Shadows from Campaign 1 for like a little bit. But then we renamed it.
What was the Misfits? Why? Like, that's a good one. Did we say why we didn't go with that?
Well, it is a professional band.
It's a band.
I think they have good copyright.
How about the refits then?
The refits?
Like where you're...
Yeah, we've all refit.
Refits?
Oh.
We don't want the audience to listen to us riff on this for the next one.
Come back to
at some point, I'll continue looking at one of the books. As if we're going to be doing anything else today, if we still have a little bit of time.
Yeah, I don't remember
anything else.
how much I said when you came back, but like
I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys still have like the latter half of the evening, afternoon, evening, and then obviously like tonight. Like it would just take longer to like hike down the mountain than you'd want. So yeah, you absolutely have time to look at the two books. Do you want to look at Erotology of the Redeemer or the Laws of Preclusion and Exile?
I don't remember which one I looked at last time.
Laws of Preclusion and Exile gave you a magical intonation.
Right. Yeah, let's look at
Just throw me an Arcana check.
Not the ritually cast other languages. I don't speak anything.
Yep.
7.
Okay. So, it's a book on omens and wards to ward off of evil based on the teachings of Eros and the practices of the Watchers. With a 7, you gather that there's a chance to decipher certain formula for potential spell casting within these pages, but after the day that you have had and the week that you have had, you can't quite decipher what spells those would be and how you just give up before you're able to really put together what it is. But I think it's fair to give you the idea, given the couple of hours that you would have had to like dig into it. It's like a protracted spellcast formula and like instruction manual for certain spells, just not to a classical wizard standard. It's more of this very protracted, weird way of having it written, but you could find out how to do it with some better rules.
Great. Okay.
Is there anything else from the group? Any other conversations you want to have before calling it a night?
Is any like maintenance shit we need to do? Anyone's stuff falling apart that we kind of forgot about that could use some tending or fixing? I also have like mending, so if there's ever anything that has a big hole in it, I can help with that.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm okay, yeah.
Unless, if there's nothing else, then you guys are able to go ahead and set up for camp and go ahead and click long rest as you settle in for a night of rest.
Thank goodness.
Undisturbed. The Sepharix takes off after a little while. And despite the fact that there are a number of corpses on the top of this summit, it is otherwise quite beautiful to be up at the summit now that this like darkness and gloom has dissipated. The sunset is pretty spectacular from this height. And though it is cold, again, being above ground again is a blessing. You settle in for a night of rest. Much deserved, much needed. Go through the long rest and awaken for another day of travel. We won't go through the day of travel. We'll end here shortly, but we'll get you started on the path. So, is anyone proficient in navigation tools or cartographer's tools?
Sorry, did you say herbalism kit or loot?
Close.
I got weaver's tools.
I have a leer.
No.
Cool.
What about you, Decrane? Decrane, no?
For some reason I thought Decrane was, but maybe
Did you say proficient in navigation?
Yeah.
in your tools.
I do have navigator's tools. I have navigator's tools.
Yes. I know, that sounded like he had it too. Great.
But you don't have a map, correct?
Didn't we get a map?
You have a map that you did pull from the cartographer you found in the troll's den.
I thought we got our more recent maps. Maybe not.
I don't remember if you guys got to be the keepers of your stuff. So.
I know.
Can't you keep track of everything we do? We just have like my only other thing was going to be like our aerial view when we first came here as like a means to gauge things.
But in that case, like that's not necessarily going to help with like plotting a course.
Yeah.
To give yourselves like a rough timeline. But I think you're right. There was a map in the cartographer's case. It's not super detailed and it's not exactly of this area. So, but you know exactly where you are at the peak of this mountain. So you can plot a course roughly to where Brunderkiln will be. Kev, go ahead and throw me a d20, add your proficiency bonus and your intelligence bonus.
D20. Okay, 7.
Okay.
And you said my what? Proficiency and...
Proficiency, sorry, this will be proficiency, not intelligence, it'll be wisdom, as it's like navigating.
Okay, my proficiency is +2, and my wisdom is +3.
So
Yeah, with save. You're.
no,
wisdom.
Oh, you have a high wisdom? Great.
Yep. So 5 and 7, right? 12. Okay, so given the map that you have, which is not particularly accurate, your path that you plot and course will take you down the Silver Highlands, obviously to the base. You reach the western base of the Highlands in Ironhome proper. You do have a couple of choices of what you want to do. If you were to head straight west from here, you would reach the Parchwood and skirt the edge of the Ashen Waste. But you will be avoiding the... You'll be going north of Ironguard and then Draken Tunnel, which is an Arcanoclast guarded tunnel between Ironhome and what would be Kinshire, which you traveled in before, inside of Candorne. It is, to Andy's knowledge, a heavily guarded route for the travel and trade of Drakrock, which is a hot commodity of naturally occurring magical metal ore that is mined in Ironhome and in certain parts of southern Candorne. But it is incredibly expensive, and therefore it is guarded just as much. The Arcanoclast set up along this position, and it is a tunnel beneath the mountain of which you are on right now. So you could skirt along the mountain south to this area and then cut west, which would probably be the faster route, but pulls its own safety issues. Or you could skirt up through the Parchwood, skirting just south of the Ashen Waste, and then cut south to Brunder Kiln, which just puts you into a little bit more wilderness travel, therefore a little bit longer. And with your roll, you don't get a very accurate prediction of time here. It was not a super high roll. It wasn't so terrible, so you've got a window of 2 or 3 days of your window of travel. If you were to go straight south towards the Arcanoclast towards Ironguard, and then cut over, you're looking at between 5 and 7 days. If you're to cut through the wilderness travel, you're looking at more of 6 to 9.
What do you guys think?
I'm always team less people and less Arcanoclast.
We're both good forest people. I know it would take longer, but Eddie and I are good in the forest. Crane, do you want to visit your old friends, the Arcanoclast, or would you rather stay away from them?
If we visit them, there's going to be blood. So the answer is yes.
I'd really rather not get potentially taken and to be hung again. So, not hung again, to be hung.
Were you hung at some point? But
No. I phrased that terribly.
Because
I don't want to be on the radar again and then taken to be hung for magic stuff.
Got it. Can't tell them that.
I think you all could use a fight and some blood on your hands.
What did we just do yesterday?
I don't count that.
Actually, that's still tonight.
How?
Real blood and flesh.
Why don't we go to the forest? You guys want to go for it? Go to the forest for it?
Yeah, I'm love to not be near the people who potentially are trying to, I think find you as well, Decray. And I think we've got to be careful there. And yeah, less people is always preferred. Plus, we're used to traveling out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like space.
Crane, now you have 2 guns, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 guns, a shield, pretty much stocking up on their whole outfit.
Why do we think they were up here?
I was thinking
I'm not
that
sure.
earlier.
They wouldn't be responsible for doing this. Potentially they saw the disturbance, but we didn't see any other bodies or any other people who might have created this, but it's also been like this for a while now.
maybe they were investigating how weird it was, because the top of the mountain looks so weird. So maybe they just came up to check it out.
Right, that's kind of my thought. There's 2 of them. Do they travel in pairs? They travel in pairs, right?
They travel in 3s. Everyone knows that.
I think it's pairs.
There were 3 of them.
There were 3 of them.
Oh.
Where's the other one? Was it the crane?
No.
Or they were the people who did this, and they even found out about the divining network, and they're trying to sabotage it.
To me, it kind of seems like it might be more not coincidental, because it's not a coincidence that the divining rods are placed at these places that other people might also find value in. Like, you said there's some weird chain thing. These are supposed to be placed on, like, you know, intersections of energy or magical, like, ley line-y things. Someone else might have been here to try to find something for the same reason that the divining rod works best in this location.
That's true. Maybe that black thing was like a reverse divining rod, like an evil rod.
That sounds possible. Those chains could have been connected to them too.
We'll have to see if the next one, if it's a similar situation, if it's maybe it's completely unrelated. Like, you know, did some person just said, "Oh, this looks neat," and like pulled the rod up, and that's why it's gone or broken or whatever. Or maybe there's another giant hole in the ground somewhere. But we're not going to know until we get to the next one.
With maybe a chain beneath it too.
Who knows? Maybe.
And we're just the rookies. Like then Ludomir could send like the A team.
Like the good ones, yeah.
Yeah. Like the really good ones.
Yeah.
Out of game, did you guys try doing something to the chain?
I tried figuring out if I'd ever seen that metal before, but I've rolled shit. And then I tried to like bite it, like, is it adamantium?
Oh, okay.
And I was able to scratch it, so it was soft enough that it's not like indestructible.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, hopefully we don't have to like do something to the chains, right?
The chain, Fleetwood
The
Mac.
chain. No, but I mean, like, if there's like because I have a feeling there'll be a chain at the other one.
We'll see. Yeah.
Like,
I was
if there
thinking
is.
new party name, the chain, Fleetwood Mac, or Fleetwood Mac.
Just Fleetwood Mac. I'm sure that's also not a problem. That can't be taken. Okay, well, the iconoclast thing maybe they were just here as like not coincidence. They're here investigating the same kind of thing. Yeah, it looks weird. Someone saw it. It's like, hey, if I find out what that is, maybe that's magic, and magic's bad, so we can fix it. We didn't see anything else. I'm trying to think outside of game. We didn't see anything else, right?
No.
No other creatures, no other figures.
No other creatures or figures. The peak was pretty destroyed.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to tell what was there before, what wasn't. And the other creatures you faced were naturally occurring creatures, this Feryx and wolves. They were just they were made unnatural by the infusion of this like entity, this parasitic kind of element.
Why don't we have a sleep and then in the morning set out to skirt the Ashen Waste and then go south?
Now, how familiar is everyone with the Ashen Waste?
I've just like heard stories and stuff. It's like a hellscape where monsters exist and they try and sneak out and kill people.
It's really bad. So there's definitely risks going near there. There's a lot. Yeah, you see, the monsters. There's a lot of monsters. There's a lot of monsters. There's a lot of things that only exist there. And sometimes they tend to creep out. So it's something we're really going to have to keep a guard up. Obviously, it's choice of monster of men with iconoclast assholes or a monster of the rest of the world. We just have to keep our head on a swivel. That's all I'm saying. The Ashen Waste can get bad.
If they're as mean as the Crane, I don't want to see more people who are like mean like the Crane. So I'd rather go fight some monsters.
Oh, I'm totally on your side. Yeah, absolutely.
But they could also be like really cool.
How much room in my life do I have for people as cool as the Crane?
You can never have enough room for cool people like DeCrane.
I guess. I feel like
I think
it's
on the
all-
pinnacle, it goes downhill after that.
Okay. Sleep. Scary route by Ashen Wastes.
Okay.
What could go
As
wrong?
you guys settle in for rest. You're able to take your long rest, and we'll pick up as you travel towards the Parchwood, down the mountain, en route to Plunderkiln next time.
Kyle, you always throwing us for a loop. Easy episode. It's gonna be fine. Maybe get some treasure. Figure it out.
It was fine.
Let's kill Andy.
It was so close. It was so
Yeah, it
close.
was.
2 hit
So,
points.
Allie got to 2 hit points. Annie made a save, which reduced it from 6 to 3, and she had 5 health left, so it basically saved her life. It was crazy.
Oh my god.